with that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
Come on, let's go! Let's go!
Now in his 8th year, this is Danny Woodhead. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. Call it a gain of a couple. The defense stiffening here. It's 3rd and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. Big 3rd down situation. What can this defense do? What will they do to try to get this to 4th down? 3rd and long. It's Smith. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he is going to lose yardage here. They lost a big chunk, 6 yards there, and it leads to 4th down. Well, you can see what they wanted to do. They wanted to set up the screen there, but it got blown up.
It's hard to run that play if you're not getting a lot of...
So a red zone situation coming here for the defense. Let's see what they can do to keep these guys out of the end zone. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Carlos Hyde. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out.
The kicking unit onto the field now as they're looking to at least get 3 points out of this drive. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to break our 4th quarter tie. And Bailey able to knock it through. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So the drive here ends with a field goal, and that does give them the lead, but this one is still a long ways from over.
And you love to be able to look up at the scoreboard and see that you're out in front. But then you take one look across.
Getting down to the nitty-gritty. Defense looking for a stop. Offense needing points. Let's find out what happens. From the gun, here's Smith. Wide open receiver complete. 12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to a Washington 1st down. Now Gino on 1st down. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Brandon Cooks, the receiver he was going after. And that'll make it 2nd and 10. Time starting to run out here in the 4th. This defense just trying to keep the offense off the board and preserve this potential victory. Back to the air, Smith on 2nd down. And caught, right side, Green. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
3rd down, Carlos Hyde. That'll make it 4th down loss of 1. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Redskin football here as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. Here's John Ryan now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now Brown. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. They have the 3-point lead. Defense did their job. Now, late game. Again, we'll see the pistol here.
Let's go.
That one looks like he'll throw here. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays. And you don't get many opportunities to dial them up. And they just did. And they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He's going to try and go deep again. And got his man complete. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. And now a 1st down following that long gain.
Here we go.
Now Peterson. And he's got room. Extending the arm.
Oh, yes, it works.
Touchdown, Cowboys. Adrian Peterson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And that's a big one for AP, his 3rd of the season, but more importantly, 100 rushing touchdowns now in his career.
And what an accomplishment, because when you think about the normal careers of running backs, they're not around long enough to get close to 100 touchdowns scored on the ground. Adrian Peterson, often in a class by himself, one of the best we've ever seen.
Now Bailey to tack on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Pat McAfee to kick. Set to return. This is Brandon Cooks. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in the game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. Another tote for the afternoon workhorse. It's high. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. So the offense dealing with a 3rd and 6. it's Smith. And now the ball's loose. Smith loses it. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Barry Church. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out of here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy. Gives them a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
And, Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast, maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
Smith. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he's brought down after a good game. 23 yards on the play. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. And the spike comes now with just under 40 ticks left. Ten yards still left on 2nd down. Now Smith. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. So there's the spike as it comes with 23 seconds to go. Offense looking to avoid a 3rd and long. It's 2nd and 10. Smith now to throw. And down he goes. A sack. They sack him back across midfield at about the 48-yard line. From the 50, it's Smith. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, he bounced up after taking a sack and took a shot downfield. I think a lot of us thought maybe he'd run draw in that situation. Instead, tried to get it all back in one play.
Yeah, 3rd and long. Thought he needed the deep pass. Couldn't connect it.
Maybe he was hoping for a penalty downfield to give him the yardage they needed.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Charles Tillman. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
Peanut Tillman knows how to cause some excitement, knows how to make some big plays. Usually, what is that move he has to cause fumbles?
Oh, yeah, they call it the peanut punch when he can get his. He's so good at getting his hands in there and being disruptive. Here, he didn't need the punch, Charles. He just sealed the game.
He actually used his hands, caught the ball for the game-clinching interception.
So, Charles, a win is a win is a win, but a divisional win, that carries a little something extra.
It carries a lot with it because at the end of the year, if things are close, if you're tied, those divisional wins actually count a little bit more.
So for the Cowboys, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head to MetLife Stadium to take on the New York Giants. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.